Steph, what was different tonight?
We came up with the right defensive energy and approach. Obviously, they have a lot of scoring. You have to make it tough on them all night. Jason and Jalen got off to a decent start, but we made them take tough shots. And then offensively, we were a little bit more organized in what we were trying to do from the jump. So we said we needed to play with desperation. That's what we did. Good feeling to get back on track, and now we got to take it on the road.
They won game one in the fourth quarter. Tonight for you guys, it was the third quarter. Just what started clicking for you guys in the third?
Well, our third was basically the same as game one. We just got off to a better start defensively where we left an imprint on the game, and they felt us a little bit more than they did. So the other guys didn't get off as much. It's a tough task. You know, like I said, those two guys create a lot for them. But if you can contain the other guys and just try to make it difficult, that carries over through the rest of the game. And our third quarter was great, and we got enough separation that the fourth quarter is a little bit easier tonight.
What impact did Draymond have on this game, just seemingly getting under their skin all night long?
Just being himself. Exactly, like finding different ways to impact the game on both ends of the floor. Like sometimes it shows up in the stat sheet across the board. Sometimes you just feel his energy and his focus and his passion, and that gives us a lot of life. So I know he took game one personally in terms of getting back to his standard, and it was great to see.
Like you said, heading now to Boston, tied at a game apiece. You know that they're going to respond. What kind of response are you anticipating?
I mean, the same way we did tonight, but I just like the fact that we gave ourselves some life in this series. Both teams have shown they can win on the road in this playoffs. We got to go do it in this series to obviously, you know, get a championship. So I'm excited about it. Hopefully we can carry this momentum over to Game 3. It's going to be fun. That's what the finals are.
Stephen A., how would you assess where we are right now? The Celtics get the split that they came here to get. The Warriors with that dominating third quarter tonight.
It's tricky because I had it as a pick'em series coming into the finals because I thought either squad can take the other if they were on their game. And when you looked at game one with Derek White, Marcus Smart, and Al Horford performing the way that they did to offset the 3 for 17 shooting that Jason Tatum brought to you, still Jaylen Brown showed up. Then in game two, Jason Tatum shows up early. Jaylen Brown struggled throughout the evening. I'm going to tell you what I'm paying attention to, though. I still got the Warriors, right? Let me tell you something right now. I called the cops. I got an APB out for Klay Thompson. I need to find him. This is not the Klay Thompson that I know and love. This is one of the greatest shooters on earth. One of the great, part two of the Splash Brothers. One of the top 5 shooters in the history of basketball. And we know he's big game. Klay, 4 for 19 shooting. He cannot find his shot. He's missing shots he normally makes. That hasn't been the case. You know, he's been doing it in the first 2 games. He's going to have to find a shot in Boston.
These highlights right here dictate why Klay is struggling. He had a game in his career where he scored 60 points, but he only took 11 dribbles. You just saw him take 11 dribbles on those 2 plays that he missed.
Great observation.
They're taking away his catch and shoots. They're making him a driver and finisher at the rim. When you're coming off 2 injuries major like he has, he just doesn't have the explosion at the rim.
He was 1 of 8 from 3 in this game. He has really struggled. How do you assess this, Michael, having covered as many finals and seen the ups and downs and backs and forths that you have? It's difficult to put your finger on where they are.
No, it isn't. It's back and forth and it's up and down. I don't know how we in the culture of observing these things, all of us, including us, the 4 of us, people now think that they saw one thing for one game and now it's got to be that every night. No, these teams scout the hell out of each other all year, and particularly late in the season. We all know the scouts who are doing it. And we know the people who get paid to say, no, you have got to get into Klay Thompson's airspace. You cannot let him catch the ball and shoot it here. You can't have it. And so people are doing their jobs at a greater level than ever. And these scouting reports are so crazy detailed. That's where I got to get off analytics. I may have to apologize to Matt Williams and the analytics crew. I may have to apologize.
I'll be damned if I'm apologizing to the analytics people. Listen, there is use for them. Their information, their intel is very valuable. But so are my eyes, as is yours, okay? We got vision. I mean, we like like to read and stuff with glasses on, but we're watching the game and we see what we see. Jalen, you are absolutely right. They're making Clay work. They're making him dribble the ball. They're not letting him catch and shoot for the most part. Maybe that's why when he does get those opportunities, he doesn't have the legs. But make no mistake, there are at least 4 or 5 shots a game that Klay Thompson has been able to catch and shoot, and he has still missed. Now, that might be because of fatigue. It may not be. It may be because he's not 100%. But damn it, he ain't making them. And he's going to need to make them in Boston, because Boston is a different animal. When you roll up into that building, you better be ready.
Here's what's going to happen in Boston. Their role players are going to actually perform better. They're going to do what the Golden State Warriors role players did today. You bring back Gary Payton a second. You give Bielisa some minutes. You balance out your lineup. And then all of a sudden, Jordan Poole can come in, make a shot or two, feel confident, and get hot.
That's what Steve Kerr, right?
Absolutely. No question. That's what's going to happen with the Boston Celtic role players. They're going to perform a lot better at home.
So right now, Michael Wilbon, advantage to whom?
Boston still has home court now. They got the one win. I agree with you, Stephen A., about complacency. It's human nature.
Yep.
You get that one win on the road, but they have home court now. They have an advantage for one night. Game 3, Wednesday night. That's it. Like, to look way ahead and project is crazy. They have home court Wednesday night. That's it. If they hold it, they still have advantage going to game 4. If they don't, Golden State comes back and Klay Thompson finds that aggression, which is what I think it is in his shot. It can change that quickly.
I will remind you, even after the loss tonight, what's Boston's record in the postseason on the road? Like 8-3?
Yeah.
Home is where they have a problem. They have a problem because some reason they get back to Boston. I don't know if it's sleeping in their own bed, getting comfortable, whatever the issue is, they have a problem. So this is a golden opportunity, no pun intended, for the Golden State Warriors to take advantage, jump right on them, and reclaim home court advantage. I think it would be unwise to lose game 3 and have a game 4 situation.
The Warriors had the Splash Brothers. I look at Marcus Smart as a crash brother. And while he's a defensive player of the year, he's improved offensively. He got to give them more at that position.
All right, we